Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Ali Show TV. And as you can see, I have a guest. I have my very good friend Tony from London. How are you, mate?
Hello, mate. Good, Alex. Yes, I'm pretty good. I've had a belly full food. I've been out in the rain all day, walking, catching buses. So I'm glad to be home.
But it's good you ate. It's good you
Yeah,
are you have dinner
yeah,
and everything. We're doing this a little bit later than our standard time, but it's perfect. And so you have this subject today, mate, on why do we mimic? It's a fascinating subject.
yeah,
I have, as always, my own feeling and opinion and take on it, but go ahead. Let us
yeah.
know. Why do
Thanks,
we
mate.
mimic?
Sure. Right. This is a good one, I reckon, because it came out of nowhere. On the way home, it just came to me. But yeah, as a child, like as a young boy, kid, my granddad used to say to me, "People are mimics. People are mimics." And I was thinking, what does that mean? And I looked it in the dictionary, and it said, to mimic means to imitate, to ape, as in like ape, a monkey ape. Well, that's weird. What's an ape got to be do with mimicking? So anyway, and I thought monkey see, monkey do. Yeah, mimicking. And I've watched people all my life, and I've watched how they copy each other. One kid will get a toy, maybe a go kart or gun holster and guns, like a little cowboy outfit thing, and his mate next door has to get it. He's got to copy him, and adults do it. One gets a new car, the next door neighbour's got to get a new car. One woman gets a dress, and the next woman's got to get the same another dress or a new dress. So I've noticed it all my life, and I think that's why I'm not so influenced by other people because I'm aware of not being a mimic, and I think it is so unconscious. People are so unconscious when they live their life, and it's not even they're not even aware of why they mimic. They're not even aware that it's to fit in. It's to be part of a group, to feel belong to something, and I think that's maybe it's in our DNA. Maybe we mimic just to be part of a tribe to survive. To sorry, let me get a coffee. I've just eaten my dinner, so sorry about that. Yeah, maybe we feel it's in our DNA to mimic as a form of security, to belong to a tribe. So the more you mimic, the more you're accepted by the group. If you're a rebel, if you're an outsider, you think for yourself. The group is a bit wary of you. They're a bit, oh, I don't know what he's about. What does he? Who is he? What is he doing? They can't predict what you're going to do next as well. So they can't predict you. They can't understand you. So they have to rely on trust and seeing you in action and hoping it comes out for the best for the group. So I think mimicking is a sort of primitive DNA ancestry thing where the people fit in because they want to belong and they don't want to be on their own. And maybe I skipped that gene, or my granddad taught me from a child, and I evolved down a different path. I evolved by watching people and thinking, well, that one's followed him. He's gone into a dead end, and he's gone and followed him. And that one's gone over there and he's crashed, and he's followed him and crashed. So I thought myself, no, I'm not going to mimic people. I'm not going to copy people unless it's good. Pick from the best, unless it's good. So that's my little summary, mate. Yeah, that's what I would encapsulate it with.
Yes, for me, this is a fascinating subject because, in a way, it explains this concept that we should follow what we have inside, you see. And when we try to mimic others, no matter how good they are, no matter how they appear to have figured things
Yeah,
out, and this goes back to books, movies,
yeah,
videos, YouTube channels, whatever. I don't know. I think at the end it's fine to look at content and books, movies, videos, conferences, talking to people, but it has to go to an inner filter, I think. And if it doesn't fit what you have, then you totally reject it. Okay.
yeah,
I had recently a collaboration in a Spanish channel. And as in the UK, in the US, there are these content creators that, they have millions of subscribers and anything like that. There's particularly one that I think I've shared priorly with you that whatever I see, very little, I can only stand like 5 minutes maybe. I make it go through my own filter, and there's nothing there. There's
Yeah.
nothing. There's nothing at all. So for me, why do we mimic people? It's more like is trying to find resonation in others. Like you and I, despite being different, I think we find resonation on each other. But it's not like we mimic each other. Okay.
No.
We're more like finding our own paths and through resonation. I know I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
to totally these people that totally admire other one, that totally want to copy other ones. I know people
Mhm.
that even want to be physically similar, especially girls, to artists and singers and all that. I cannot relate to that because you lose yourself in the
Yes.
art of trying to mimic others, I think.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a fascinating topic. I mean, like what you said there, if you can't find a resonation in someone else's actions or what they're doing, it's probably for a good reason. It's probably because you're not meant to follow them. You're meant to follow your inner guidance, your intuition, or your own talents, your own gifts. Whatever you feel to do, not what you see out around you. And I think mimicking is it's akin to groupthink. It's like the everyone has to think the same. If you don't think like us, you're not included. You're an outcast. You're a rebel. If you don't act like us, you don't fit in. And I see that a lot in social media. Some, like you say, podcasts or YouTubers. They don't want to be wrong. They don't want to seem. They don't want to say anything that's outside the norm, their norm, quote norm, um, because they're scared of being told off. They're scared of being ridiculed. They're scared of being um, made fun of because they're different. But with me, I've looked at the crowd and I thought, well, you're all falling over each other. You're chaos. And I'm on the outside looking in. I've been in the crowd, obviously, but I've chosen outside all the time, every time. I think for myself. And I just don't get it how they can follow like sheep, one after the other in a line. And yeah, I think they're scared of ridicule. So that's one big reason they fear being individuals. They don't want to be outside and mocked. And I got used to it. I got used to being mocked. Or what are you doing that for? And they pressure you. They pressure you with little comments like, what are you doing that for? You're an oddball. You're mad. You're crazy. I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of it. I've got a badge here, and I'm wearing it. So they always seem to look at me for advice. Sometimes they come to me and go, "Yeah, I'm in a mess. What do you reckon I should do? What do you reckon?" I'd say, "Well, what's your situation? It's your choice. You've got to make your own decisions because that's your life. I can't make your decisions for you." And then they go, "Oh, right." It's like they're wishing me I could make their decisions for them. So I say, "Well, look, this is where you're at. These are your options. What feels right?" They go, yeah, that makes sense. Thanks. So they go away and then they do it themselves anyway. And what led them to that point was following the crowd. So they got into a mess by following the crowd, and then they come to people like me and you for advice, and we say, think about it, what resonates, what feels right. And then they do what we do. So hopefully they wake up and more people just forget about being ridiculed, forget about being laughed at, because that's just peer pressure. And yeah, I'm seeing it more and more actually. People in my life and in the world, they're being more individuals. They're being more standalone people and saying what they feel and think. So yeah, ridicule, peer pressure, no time for it. So I think that's what they've got to be evolved to. They've got to evolve into that yet. That's where I'll put it, mate. Yeah.
I don't know when or how we were taught that we had to, and I say this with a lot of respect, that
Yeah.
we had to care for others people opinion. It's very strange to say because people are going to say, of course you have to care for my opinion. No, it's not that I'm not caring on you, but we have to understand what others think is their opinion, is not
Yeah.
it's not you, okay? And it's fine if they, I mean, mate, I've shared with you the things I've received, and and I know a lot of people think that I'm useless and I'm even a shield. Remember when I shared with you
Oh
that
yeah.
that I'm a shield and a government
No,
agent? My question is, where do the
no.
checks arrive?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I want to go and cash them, but
That's it.
people make stories in the stories. People
Yes.
make stories in their mind about you, and at the end, what's really important is you shouldn't mimic anyone. You should mimic you. You should try to find your own story, whatever it is, because we compare and we say, we look at actors and football players and people in the
Yeah.
whatever, really successful businessmen,
Yeah.
politicians. It's you. Your story is amazing, and for me, this subject is amazing because my suggestion will be mimic you. Try to find your own story. If you're really trying to copy someone else, you're going to be a bad copy.
Yeah.
You're going
Yeah.
to be a bad copy because the original is that person and you're going to be a bad copy. For me,
Exactly. Exactly. Yes.
when I see these girls trying to be Taylor Swift or Taylor Swift, the original is that. And you're going to be
Yeah.
a bad copy.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, mate. And it's also a lack of respect for themselves. There's a kind of a fear of being themselves, a fear of thinking for themselves and stepping out as a unique individual because they probably have never done it before. They've always fitted in from a kid. Their mum and dad said, right, wear the same clothes as your brother. And it just happened that way. So they never got the experience and the confidence to be themselves. And I think respect from other people is a big factor. So, and there's a lot of pressure on people to just follow the herd. And self-respect is lacking. It's a lack of self-respect because they're not honouring their own guidance, their own unique set of software, their subconscious programming. So, I mean, I see a person like a hard drive on a computer. So, my life as a kid, my mum, my dad, my granddad lived with us from 4 or 5 years old, and my sister, my brother. And I went to a certain school. I was a certain income bracket, family, working class. So all these factors molded me and made me see the world through that filter, that subconscious programming, that filter. And it was my job to sort of push the filter out of the way and clean the glass so I can see clearly, move the baggage away, and then think for myself and not copy everyone else. And that would make me contribute my own unique uh, abilities, gifts, talents, whatever they were, to the group, and not just be another drone, another identical copy of the group. So there's no originality coming into the group because I'm being like them. And I think Einstein said it. When everyone thinks the same, nobody thinks very much. So I think I've been lucky. I do think I've been lucky being me and having the people in my life because my granddad was a big influence. I keep saying, he taught me so much, and he didn't read and write. He couldn't read and write. He was illiterate, but yet he had his own business in Jamaica, a haulage business, very wealthy. Come over here, he got a job in a factory, earning minimum wage. So because he couldn't read and write, there's intelligence for you. It's he had the intelligence, he just couldn't translate it into England when he came. So, and yeah, he taught me a lot just by being in his company, even in silence. I'd learn how to. He's happy in his own skin. Yeah. Oh, okay, in my own skin. Yeah, I get it. Although I couldn't verbalize it, he was content, and it was his attitude to life and how he approached. He wasn't greedy. He wasn't grasping. He was just happy and quiet. And that was his way of being unique. That was his uniqueness, and he lived it. He didn't care who said, "Charlie, what are you doing? Come over here with us." Nah, keep that up. I'm over here. You carry on. And he was true to himself. And you know people when they're true to themselves because they've got something about them. They've got a certain freshness, originality, because they're different. They're themselves. And the more we can convince people to be themselves, it ain't going to mean the world's going to fall over, crash around their ears. It's just going to mean there's more ideas coming. There's more positives, more originality, authenticity being put into the world because people are standing in their own unique power. So yeah, I just feel it's happening. People are waking up, and spiritually they're looking in at themselves and saying, yeah, my life, I didn't like my life. It was stressful. I'm going to do it my way now. Frank Sinatra made a song called My Way. No one took any notice. So yeah, I think it's a matter of people gradually waking up to their own gifts and their own confidence and faith. Confidence and faith. Two big words there. So yeah, that's where I'd put it, mate. Confidence and faith in being yourself.
Yeah, this is a very important topic, mate, because at the end, this is the basis of believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Because I say beliefs. Remember when I had your intentions. Remember that topic? What it meant is your beliefs in something external. I don't know about that. Your actions, yeah, they're your intentions. They are the most important thing.
Yeah.
But when you believe in your own story, when you believe you're something important, and when you don't put yourself into trying to copy, because mate, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think there are artists and sports players and politicians and successful
Yes.
businessmen? So you can copycat in that, and you can mimic into that, and you can even fantasize you are this person, so you stop believing in you.
Yeah.
It's for a reason, okay? So you can minimize you. I'm nothing. I'm out there in India, in Africa, in Bangladesh, in whatever, in an island, maybe. I'm nothing. But Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Let's say I'm a woman or so, okay? And I'm saying nothing. I look at the mirror, there's nothing special. I don't have any talents. But Taylor Swift, she fills stadiums. Everyone is cheering Taylor, Taylor, Taylor. That's for a reason, man.
Yeah.
That's for a reason. And nothing wrong with Taylor. I'm not trying to mock her.
No,
What
no.
I'm trying to say is she's there for a reason. So you stop believing in you. And I want to say it once and for all. Your story is magnificent. You are incredible. It's just you have one page of a book.
Yes.
If you read one page of a novel, mate, it doesn't give you the full story. Maybe it's even not interesting. But when you have the full book, you say, wow, this is amazing. And yes, our own stories are amazing. We are amazing.
Yeah.
And for me, this is such a deep subject because for us to mimic is what they want.
Okay? Exactly.
They want us to say, I want to be Bill Gates. I want to be, what's the other guy? The Tesla guy. I'm sorry, I forgot the name.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. And I want to be whoever. And I want to be the Google guy. And I want to be, So the answer is you want to be someone else. So you are not you.
Yeah. I think that's a great point. Yeah. They put these people out there to herd you into a certain type of person so that you're not original. Okay. And my mum said to me, my mum was great. She shared so much wisdom as well. Old East Ender. So she said to me, I think my dad asked me, I want you to be a lawyer or a doctor when you leave school. I'm like, I'm not going to be a lawyer or a doctor. I know that already. I'm like 5, 6 years old. None of our friends are dads and lawyers or doctors. But I said to my mum, what should I be when I grow up? She said, look, as long as you're happy and you're not hurting nobody, I don't care what you're going to be. You be what you want to be. And she said things like, try something new. If you're interested in it, try it. You might not like it, but try it. And then you never know. That might be a talent you didn't discover yet. So, oh, well, that's stuck. It's stuck in my head. Like, I'll try that. I'll try this. Try fixing my bike. I'll paint my bike. I'll spray my bike. I'll sand it down and spray it. I learned how to do punctures. I learned how to cook. And when I was a little kid, I did beans on toast. I thought it was a banquet, you know. Mum, can I do the beans on toast? No, you get out. I'll do it for you. And but I was competitive for myself to learn. I was just interested in learning. And like I say, I'm so grateful for the people in my life growing up. You give me that attitude, that outlook. Try it, try it. You never know. You might enjoy it. You might be good at it. And that's what I think you need to do. Taylor Swift, Elon Musk, all these sort of people, look at them, but take the best from them. So yeah, I like that, what she's doing, but I don't like the singing or this bit. I'll take that bit and I'll take that bit off of that one, but I'll make it fit it into my life how I want to use it. So you use it to encourage yourself. You use it as inspiration, maybe, to progress yourself. So it's not necessarily you're copying. You're just taking the best. They might have a good outlook on work ethic. They might think they get up at 5 a.m. They go to bed at 11 at night, and they're very disciplined. So you think, I like that. I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to try and be more disciplined. So you take the best what's out there, and then you build your own life, but be inspired by others. I think that's the best way. Yeah, mate.
Yes, mate. And by the way, this is not gonna be a long episode because this topic is the ones I wanna say that are so simple in what we're trying to say that there's really not much we can go and say about it. But what your mom is saying, and I want to say to you, is what I'm trying to say to my sons, especially my older son, which started university this semester.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't go well in a few subjects, and I say he came to me a couple of nights ago that he had a problem with a couple of subjects, and that he's trying to do coding, by the way,
Okay.
programming coding.
Yeah.
But he's not doing well, mate. And I say you need to do what you like, because the process of not mimic something or someone is being you.
Yes.
And by the way, that could be a musician, that could be an artist, a painter, that could be an author, someone writing a book. I share with you, I had a recording today on a Spanish channel. And by the way, I just found out a person that was with me for the third time. She's an author of 2 books and she's writing 2 more books. So there's something there.
Yes.
So sometimes we try to be doctors when we should be engineers, or we should try to be accountants when we're something else. And the problem is we try to mimic what works, okay? Because if we're gonna put money and I don't agree, I don't agree, but let's say money is what success means, which I don't agree, I don't agree.
No, I don't agree with that.
We should follow Elon Musk. And by the way, when you look at Elon Musk's story, it's very strange in a way. Same as Trump, there were moments he was not gonna make it. Okay, and suddenly things worked. So for me, you should try to be you, whatever that means, and you should embrace you, whatever that means, and you should love you, whatever that means. And you shouldn't mimic anyone. I remember someone telling me at the start of the show, mate, out there in Beachwood, I don't know, 20 shows, telling me, wow, you're amazing and whatever, and I want to be like you. No, be like you.
Yes.
Because my first episode was you. You are amazing. You are
That's
a story. You are something else. If I could make a book on you, it will be a bestseller. And I stand by that.
Yeah.
Everyone that is watching right now, mate, if we could make a book on them, on their full story,
yes,
it will be a bestseller.
Yeah.
So for me, we shouldn't mimic each other. Yeah, sure. I appreciate you and I've learned a lot of things about you, but I have my own story.
Yeah,
And
same here.
you are your own story.
Mhm.
And for
Yeah.
me, it's the message of this show.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we are unique. We just been conditioned to follow everyone else to fit in. So at school, you sit behind your desk like everyone else. The bell goes, you go to dinner like everyone else. Bell goes, you go out to play, you come back. It's like being in the army, regimented. So it must be difficult for someone who was good at school and fitted in to all of a sudden think for themselves and be unique. But it's the conditioning, yeah. And I was good at my lessons in school. I was quite intelligent, but I had they said I daydreamed a lot. Tony is always daydreaming. Tony's always looking out the window. Tony is always laughing. I'm like, yeah, but I do my work. I do the work. And that was my way of coping with my life because I had to daydream to cope with school because it was so boring. And some of it was good, but I just didn't put both feet in, you know? I had one foot in, one foot out. So I always kept myself, always had my own counsel, my own compass. And I think that's the thing. People need to reclaim their self from the molds, the cardboard cutouts that they try to make us on the conveyor belt. So they need to reclaim their own uniqueness somehow. Put the work in. It's worth it. Yeah.
Yes, mate, and I understand perfectly what you're saying with daydreaming in school and that. There's different ways to try to cope with this reality, and that's one of the better ones, I think, daydreaming and that. So I can relate to that, but and so,
Yeah.
mate, again, this subject, we're just gonna repeat ourselves. It's so simple in its ways. Here, the message is be you, okay?
Yeah.
And if you think that's not good enough, it's because you're giving power to the out there.
Exactly.
Because you are amazing. You listening to me right now, you Tony, by the way, okay, yes, for sure. But everyone listening, you guys are amazing. You have to learn the whole story and you have to embrace it. And you have to understand it's your story. It's no one else's story, because that's
Yeah.
another point. Oh
That's
my
it.
God, maybe it's not interesting. It is interesting. It is
Yeah.
amazing, okay?
Yeah.
Believe me. So I know it sounds even narcissistic. It's not narcissistic.
No.
It sounds ego-centered. It's not ego-centered. What I'm trying to say is we're all amazing pieces of the puzzle. We shouldn't be trapped. If you of the puzzle, you are a window, a piece of a car, a piece of sunshine, a piece. Doesn't matter. You are amazing. If you try to be something else, then you
Yeah.
lose your own identity.
Exactly. It's important, isn't it? It's very important because we're not clones. We're not. They wish we were, but we're not. And that's I think the battle to be unique individuals the way we were meant to be. And being a clone isn't the way to go. So yeah, great chat, mate. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you. Yes, and I want to clarify what you just said. It's fine to go out there in a concert, shout. It's fine. Taylor Swift is fine, but don't think you're Taylor Swift, and
No.
don't think Taylor Swift is better than you.
Yeah.
That's the point. Okay, we tend to daydream maybe on that we are, I don't know, a soccer player. They are no
Yeah.
better than you. Okay,
Yeah.
and that's the whole concept. They want you to minimize yourself,
Yeah.
so you actually mimic successful people. You are successful.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're in Africa, whatever story you want to share with me, you are successful. Okay, you are
Yes.
part of creation. You are amazing.
Yeah.
Your story is beautiful. I stand by that. And the mimic process is so you can. It's a hierarchy thing. Same with
Yeah.
politicians. Same
Yeah.
with everything that you say. Oh, and I'm little. They're big. I'm little. No, they're big. You're big.
Yeah.
That's the
That's it. Don't believe the hype.
exactly. Thank you, mate. This is a beautiful show because we shared a lot in a short time.
Yeah.
sometimes especially me, I ramble a lot. On this one,
That's all right.
it's such a beautiful topic. Thank you for the suggestion. And by the way, we're gonna have our good friend Jeannie from Australia soon.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yes, she's coming a couple of shows after this one. We're pre-recording this beginning of December. And by the way, mate, you're coming on tomorrow, okay?
Am I again?
No, you're the video we recorded.
Oh right, yeah.
If
Cool.
this is a drink, who are we? Something like that.
Oh, that one, yes.
Yes, it's coming.
That was
tomorrow.
good, wasn't it? I thought that was quite good.
Mate, all our shows are very decent. I mean, again, I don't know. It's for the ones watching to decide. But I think we are
Yeah.
very transparent and we try our best. And
Yeah.
So thank you, mate. This was a wonderful show. Anything in closing?
Thanks, mate. No, just be yourself. Think for yourself, act for yourself, and surprise yourself. Find your talents. Find out what you're good at and what you enjoy. And then if you like it, you might make a living out of it. You could do it your own way, like Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
Yes, the best job is the one you enjoy. I
That's
think
it.
the best job is the one is a passion.
Yeah.
So I wish everyone they find that, and I'm trying to do that with my children. They're 17 and 19. To say it's not the best job, is the best for you. Okay, it's the one that is a
Yes.
passion for you. Okay,
Exactly.
because if you think about it, how many people are rich, mate?
Yeah.
With money, and they are very sad.
Yeah. Very miserable, a lot of them, aren't
Miserable, exactly. They have a lot of money, mate, millions.
they? Yeah.
They're very sad. They hate their life, their jobs.
Yeah.
They hate, in a way, they have sold themselves for money.
Exactly. That's
So-
exactly what they've done. Yeah.
So in a way, follow your passions. You're gonna be fine.
Yes.
Even if you're not the most millionaire or have a lot of money,
Yeah.
you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be happy, which is a different thing. Being
That's
happy
it.
is way different from having a lot of money.
Yeah. And you resonate as well. You resonate happiness. So I think the universe gives you back what you resonate. If you're happy, it gives you more happiness. It reflects it back to you. Like if you're rich and miserable, it'll give you more money, but more misery.
Exactly. And it's very strange, mate. You're gonna look for more money, thinking it's gonna buy happiness,
That's it.
which is never gonna do that. You and I know that.
We know that. Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
So we're gonna see each other soon with Ginny. And thank you for this one. And for everyone watching, have a great day. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breakthroughs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice through violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.